Welcome back to the YetiVoice YouTube channel. I would love for you to watch this video until the end more than most of my others, because this is a totally different type of video, one that I've never done before, and this is all about the energy gradient. It's about people that steal your energy. Those people that I guarantee you know at least one or two of them in your own life. The people that just by being around you make you feel drained and lethargic and weak and just tired. You know them. And like with everything on this channel and in our lives, we can either gripe about them and end up just in the same situation forever, or we can arm ourselves against it. And that's necessary because you are never going to be the person who's going to go into the world and change absolutely every person to fit in more with what you find acceptable. So the other way to go is to make sure that you have all of the strength, all of the minerals, and all of the armaments you need to make it through life. So this is exactly what my guest is going to do for you today. So here she is with how you can deal with this effect in your own life and how you can put a cap on the energy gradient for yourself. Take it away, Joy.
Can someone else's energy influence your own? Absolutely. You know what it's like when you are with somebody who is upbeat, motivated, clear about what they want, and how enthused you feel when you're in their company. So energy is a language all of its own, and whether we know that language or not, we're still transmitting. It's a really good idea, no matter where we are and no matter who we are and no matter what our work is, whether we are a child at school or whether we are an adult in a very senior position in a workspace, knowing how to be with our energy is vital. What we are saying through our energy being and the way we are connecting with others is saying more about ourselves than it is about the other. When we are holding an energy around us, a sense of gloom, foreboding, misery, depression, anger, hatred, any of these low frequency vibrations, what we are doing is we are stagnating the energy space that we are all in, and everybody feels the impact of that. So you can imagine what will happen if you are the person who is leading an organization. Everybody is looking to you to guide them, to support them, encourage them. And you're coming into work with your arms heavy, your back rounded, your walk and your gait very slow and miserable, and your whole personality downward turned mouth, glaring at everybody. That whole frequency around you just makes everybody in that space feel like they need to walk on eggshells because something's going to happen and you're going to use an opportunity to throw out all your anger, resentment, rage, bitterness, or whatever it is that you're carrying, probably from home or somewhere else. And everybody else is on tenterhooks. Not fun for the people with whom you work, and absolutely not fun to be the one who is having to work with that kind of energy being. A wonderful resource to learn more about this is a book called Power versus Force by David Hawkins, and he calibrates energy in the most remarkable and wonderful way. It is this ability to calibrate energy that helps us to understand how important it is to maintain a higher energy frequency around ourselves. When we are walking around in this cloud of doom and misery, when we cannot see any good in another, and when we are already foreboding and anticipating the downfall of something or the other, when we are walking around in that doomsday cloud, what we are doing, we are infiltrating an energy into that space. When someone is walking around with this low depleting energy, they are pretty much managing in a calibration of less than 200. And this depletes society. In order for us to raise our vibration, one of the steps we can take is just to get to the point of courage, or the energy of willingness, our willingness to be here, our willingness to try something new, our willingness to listen and to hear. It's this energy, once it amplifies and picks up into willingness, courage, allowing, responding, any of those energy frequencies resonate above 200. And if you can resonate above 250, you are really doing well, because you're not only amplifying your own energy, but you're also adding a high frequency energy opportunity into the space that you are in, where you are working. So imagine being able to walk into a business with a high vibration and to feel really strong and confident, courageous in your own being, willing to be there, willing to hold the space, and willing to do your work. And the moment you come in with that energy, everybody else picks it up, feels it. Whether they're resistant or not, they will feel it, because energy has no boundary and it has no idea of discrimination. It just translates into the entire space. It's as easy as breathing the air around us. Energy is available, and we, my treasures, can amplify it. We can turn the switch and we can raise it, or we can turn the dial and we can drop it. Either way, the decision is yours. How do you want to process yourself in this life? How do you want to move in this life? And how do you want to show up? And who are you in the workplace and in the living space that you share with other beings? These are good questions for us to ask ourselves. So a little trick that is helpful: if you find that you are going into a workplace where there is a very low vibration, very heavy energy in that space, it will be hard to maintain a higher vibration around you, a higher energy level, if you do not know how to protect and shield your energy. So before I go into any space and before I move into any direction, what I do before I go there is I anticipate the journey ahead for me. I imagine me getting into my car. I see myself driving there, and it's easy and it's flowing. It's like a beautiful ballet production, with each car just sliding in and around, and everybody is allowed to be in that space. And I do not get all uptight about others being on the road, because apparently I don't own the road. We don't own the property. We don't own the roads. So if you can imagine starting your moment before you go into a place and anticipating what it's going to be like, the journey towards it, being there and in that space, and how you will be received. When we think of energy and we send it forward, it is like a beam of light, and we just about walking in that beam of light. My best way to describe that is if you could imagine walking in a dark place and a forest perhaps, and there's trees and there's roots and there's tangles, and we're walking along and we keep falling over everything that we're connecting, crashing and colliding into. And so what happens when we are moving like this in the dark, we are going to connect and collide with each other. But then imagine that you have a magic flashlight, a torch, and you can illuminate the space the way you want to illuminate it. And you turn it on, and then the pathway is the beam of light ahead of you that you are transmitting. You are sending your intention ahead of you, and you are anticipating the result that you want to achieve. When you open up all those little channels, and they might seem like they are not very, very helpful, but just try it. You'll be absolutely amazed at the reception that you receive when you start to play with energy in a playful, loving, gracious, and kind, generous way, that everybody wins in the situation. And when you walk into that office, then at that moment, you see yourself with this beautiful pod of energy, a cocoon of energy around you, a bubble or a pod. And when you are in that space, this energy that might be there that is really low vibration, you simply say to yourself, not mine, not mine, not mine. And you keep repeating that to your inner self. This is not mine. So you don't attach to it. That's the secret, not to attach. Because the moment you attach to it, then what you're going to do is blame yourself, condemn yourself. And you're going to say, why is everybody so miserable around here? What have I done wrong? Oh, please, it's got nothing to do with you. Just allow yourself to open up your frequency, go into these places, breathe, feel happy, delighted, anticipate a really good outcome, whether it happens or not. Don't attach to it. Don't depend on it. You be happy. You be well. You be vital. You be an energy resource anyway, 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 anyway. Even though. So those are really good techniques to work with, and you will be surprised at what happens when you learn how to do this kind of energy management of yourself. I wish you so much luck in that, because when we create really good workspaces, everybody in that workspace benefits. And those people who are working with us have a ripple effect into their lives, their families, their communities. You're not just affecting yourself and a couple of people around you. You are literally touching the lives of everybody with whom you connect and with whom they connect. And the ripple effect of this is enormous. It's a wonderful technique to play with and to enjoy, because you will receive amazing results by being more energy aware. So much love.
Thank you so much for those insights, Joy, and I hope that each and every one of you took a lot away from that to help you through situations where you just feel drained and tired just because of a situation or a person that you might be around. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to subscribe. I'll chat to you all very soon.